Hey Rhino Nation, how are we doing today? Okay, so yes, at the end of my last video, I was questioning Hullbreacher versus maybe Murktide in the last two slots. Basically, we're looking for another bomb in the main deck, and I think that I do like Hullbreacher more than Murktide. Murktide can end the game quickly, but I can see Hullbreacher like winning games that you couldn't otherwise win. So an example would be against Cephalid Breakfast. You know, you could play Murktide and they could just combo you out. Whereas if you manage to choose a Brainstorm against Cephalid Breakfast, that'll win you the game. And then there's these Up the Beanstalk decks. I mean, they can probably just outvalue your Murktide Regent, where Hullbreacher will keep you in it. Yeah, so for reasons like that, I think Hullbreacher is more of like a lock piece until we draw some other stuff and just more actual game-winning power. And of course, Hullbreacher is playable with a Blood Moon out because, you know, we only run one basic island, and Murktide Regent is not. So I like how that works out. So the change I've made is I have cut one Seagate Restoration for one Minsc. Seems like we're drawing a lot of lands, and maybe the balance of 3 Lorien Revealed and 2 Seagate Restoration will seem correct. I don't think 4 Lorien Revealeds really makes sense when we want to, you know, play a 3-drop on turn 1. But 3 Lorien Revealeds, you know, could be acceptable. Alright, well, without any further ado, we'll get into it. Okay, we're on the draw to start, and we have an easy mulligan. Well, this hand is a pretty do-nothing hand, huh? Okay, so this hand has a turn 2, potentially with force backup, so I'll take it. Tundra Ponder for the opponent. They chose not to shuffle. Draw Minsc, play Scalding Tarn, and pass the turn. Ponder. So this is where that Minsc could potentially be a Seagate Restoration. So I could go all out here for the Minsc. It's not very likely to resolve. I think going for the Minsc first makes sense, because then I just need one more mana to play the Violent Outburst. So I think we'll try to set that up. And I guess Volcanic and Tropical Island look fine here. And they're going to Force of Negation, that makes sense. Hopefully we can just hit another mana source here. I'm going to play an Uro. Do hit the land. Play a Ponder, so Uro will be coming down next turn, so this puts us in a pretty tough spot. Well, now I regret playing Minsc over the Seagate Restoration. They're going to get Uro back here, and I'll be fine conceding. My Rhinos cannot tangle with their Uro. So against 4-color control, I think I want the Blood Moon and the Endurances. Endurance is another threat. Take care of Uro. Fire and Ice is a pretty easy card to come out. Brazen Borrower could potentially bounce Uro. I mean, they probably are playing a bunch of Teferis, but maybe we can do with 2 Brazen Borrowers to possibly bounce Uro. 3 Force of Negation. We'll try this. Okay. Well, there's definitely a bunch of stuff going on here. We could draw a mana source and then play Minsc and Boo with force backup. Or we could draw a blue card and try to cheese them with a Hullbreacher. In the meantime, we are suspending Rhinos. They'll play a turn 1 Ponder. So we're looking for a blue card or a land here. Okay, that's a blue card. So now I could potentially Hullbreach in response to something. Yeah, that'll count as something we can Hullbreach in response to. Okay, they concede. Well, that's how we drew it up with Hullbreacher. Alright, I don't really see doing anything different for game 3 here, so we'll run it back. So this hand has turn 1, suspend Crashing Footfalls, double Hullbreacher, accelerate it out. I mean, I gotta take a shot with this. Yeah, they're just gonna Tropical Island pass. I'm definitely gonna Basic Forest Crashing Footfall here. Set up to potentially draw Blood Moon. They'll crack the Strand. They'll play Ponder. And they'll play Bazeju. Rhino's on 3. I guess, so I could jam Hullbreacher here. Then it's pretty easy for them just to Swords to Plowshare it. Since they have like their Swords to Plowshare is also their cantrip land. So maybe I'll just play Misty and pass. Or I guess I can just play Volcanic Island. Or Tropical Island. Play Volcanic Island. Well, there's a Ponder. Let's see if this works. Alright, they do have Force there, pitching Uro. That's fine. We have another Hullbreacher. And Rhinos to boot, coming down the pipe. So they'll Misty and pass. We'll take the Rhinos down to 2. Ooh, Shardless Agent. So do I want to just jam that here? They played Force of Will last turn. I think I should just play the Shardless Agent. And I think that trying to do a Hullbreacher shenanigan is the danger of playing into cool things. Something that I've walked into time and time again. Especially when that card is like a Blood Moon. But I think we'll just be content to play a Shardless Agent. And see how this goes. But yeah, I don't want them to like play Teferi. We'll at least have this 2-2 here. Maybe Hullbreacher can do some work later. But let it resolve for now. So maybe they've got Supreme Verdict here. At least that'll tap them out. And maybe they won't be expecting another Hullbreacher immediately. Or maybe they'll play Ponder, but that means we're going to fade Supreme Verdict at least for 1 turn. Wasteland. And there's more where that came from, so we're okay with that. Simian Spirit Guide. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to get any Simian Spirit Guide beat down in the immediate future. So they're just passing it back here. I'm going to be comfortable not jamming the Hullbreacher. We have lethal play. I think they'll need to do something at some point here. I guess I'm gonna... I can play this tapped and suspend Crashing Footfalls and keep up the sneaky Crashing Footfalls. I guess I'll just attack first, right? Here comes something. Leyline Binding. You got it. We'll go to 1. Okay, well, I'll suspend Crashing Footfalls. I'm going to try to walk him into a nice Hullbreaching here. Okay, and they just concede the match. Well, there you see Hullbreacher doing work. I mean, I would consider Control to be a tough matchup, and man, Hullbreacher was a lot better than Murktide Regent. Alright, well, this is a hand I'm gonna have to keep where we have, like, the Hullbreacher. I mean, that's enough action for me to try to keep this hand. Of course, Hullbreacher may potentially do nothing, but it is good against the best decks, and a Misty from the opponent is a promising start for the future of this Hull. Seagate Restoration is a good one to pitch to Force. So I'll match my opponent's Misty with a Misty of my own. Okay. I don't know, there is like a rug deck with a few stifles being played. Saw it on the MTG Goldfish. Okay. Alright, the other Hullbreacher. I feel like we might get a Brainstorm. Okay, well, we did not. Wasteland. Mishra's Bobble. They're gonna bobble me. Well, they're probably about to find out that I'm on, like, Rhinos, would be my guess. If they're not going to waste me, I can play Seagate Restoration. And, well, the gig will be up, but this Hullbreacher will be played around days. I'll pay 3 life here. Well, it's pretty obvious I'm not running Stifle now, I would say. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, I can't stop that. So do I just want to drop a Hullbreacher here? You would think at some point they would do something with that Wasteland of theirs. Maybe I'll just fetch another Tropical Island here. See if this gets stifled. Okay, they're gonna fetch and respawn. Basic Island. They are playing the Stifle. I'll let their Surveil resolve. I could force this. Now they want to pitch my or waste my Tropical Island. So we'll float a blue. I think I am gonna force this, pitching Force. Mana seems like it could be good here. Okay, so they force back. I'll let their force resolve. And then I guess I can just let this stifle resolve. Well, let's try cracking this fetch land. So there I'll grab a Taiga. Cars outside being loud. And yeah, I feel like they're going to brainstorm in response to this, but what am I going to do? There they go, surveilling again. Keeping the card on top. Have the Elvish Spirit Guide. Hullbreacher's in. I could stifle this, or force this fetch land. Force this stifle, pitching my other Hullbreacher. I mean, it seems like maybe they have Murktide on top. I guess I'm going to let the stifle go and just try to draw more mana. Well, that worked, huh? So we'll see what they've kept on top with Dragon's Rage Channeler all this time. A Wasteland. On my Taiga. Okay, well I'm gonna play the other Hullbreacher then. And I guess I'll get a Volcanic Island. And technically we have more green sources in the deck with a basic forest that I might draw into. Alright, well Hullbreacher number 2 is in, so it doesn't seem like they'll be drawing very many cards this game. Crack the Misty. Now here comes the Murktide. Okay, so I'd like to draw a blue card here, but it doesn't seem like they could still have days or after all this. Well, we can at least pay for days. Okay, well, the petty theft worked. So we get in for 6 there. It'll be hard for them to get instants and sorceries into the grave. They're gonna swing for 1. I'd like to draw a blue card here. Land is okay. That'll let us play Brazen Borrower. Alright, Hullbreacher Domination. So I know I want to bring in Fury and Endurance, and that I want to board out Minsc and Boo. Like, Blood Moon is a definite maybe. Is Blood Moon better than Hullbreacher? I certainly know about the Hullbreacher now. So I could try the Blood Moon instead. I guess I'm okay trimming on Force of Negation. So I think that this looks alright. Well, this hand has lands and spells, which is exactly what I'm looking for here. A bunch of lands, really, against the Stifle deck. A bobble from the opponent. They chose not to shuffle off that Ponder. So I guess I'll take the opportunity to fetch up a basic island here. And I'll pass it back. They're going to bobble me. And a Dragon's Rage Channeler. And another Ponder. So now they're in Murktide territory. So I could consider alternate casting this Endurance, shrink their graveyard, but that seems pretty bad. It'd be better to draw Force of Will or something. If I draw a green card, I could consider pitching that to Endurance. Okay, well, we can at least play Violent Outburst around Daze here. So I like that. And I don't mind having a Tropical Island wastelanded here. I'm gonna fetch a Tropical Island. And I guess they're not quite on Murktide mana yet, but they're just 1 mana short. So there's the Wasteland. I guess I really cut myself off the ability to Endurance next turn here by getting that basic forest. So I think that was actually foolish. I should have just played the basic forest. I just had all these fetch lands that I wanted to use. Rhino tokens actually resolve. That's unexpected. At least if they play Murktide, we'll have bodies on our end, so maybe we can petty theft it. Or ice it. Oh, a Fury is what's going on. Okay. What did they pitch to Fury? Dragon's Rage. Now the Murktide. Now they're going to attack. If I can fade Murktide here, that'd be swell. Ooh, we do fade Murktide. Alright, it's the old draw lands every turn. Well, they haven't played Murktide yet, and if I get through this next turn, playing the Wasteland there, or the Tropical Island that could be Wastelanded, sure was bad. Could be playing Endurance right now. No Murktides? Okay. 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 Still drawing lands every turn. Okay. Not upset. Basic Forest. This deck runs Basic Forest. Did not expect that. They did not stifle me. I guess I'll grab Taiga here. And I will summon Endurance. Wow, and Endurance resolves. So I don't know if this is like up the beanstalk or was it a Minsc and Boo? Well, I see what was going on. They were holding Minsc and Boo over there. Well, that's potentially a good one for them. I want to remember to use the plus ability here. Sure they will. Yup. So I can send the whole crew at Minsc and Boo. That is a thing that I can do. And I think that's what's going to happen. Okay. They're going to let their board be destroyed. I'm going to play a Simian Spirit Guide. I could fetch now. It's a risk of Stifle versus Wasteland. I'd have to imagine there's probably more Wastelands in their deck than Stifle. I'll be fetching to thin on their end step. I give their boy +4/+4. Something's happening. They have like yeah. Seek the Beast. Do I want to counter this? I think I might as well and get that the questing druid out of the picture. Although Seek the Beast on their turn I don't think is especially good, but neither is my Force of Negation. And an Uro. That's a 1. That could be good as well. Yeah, we're gonna pray for Misty Rainforest here. I mean, we're gonna pray for Petty Theft. That would deal with their boo token. Or Minsc and Boo of my own would not be bad. Grab a Volcanic since there's 2 of those in the deck still. We cannot be wasted off green. Oh, Minsc and Boo is not in my deck. Fury? Nope. Well, now we're in a pretty bad position. Yeah, I cannot attack. I guess I do want to crack this fetch land. Well, okay. I have 6 through my turn. I wanted to crack while they were tapped out, but I guess it's fine where they have Wasteland out. So all I need to do is fling this Minsc and Boo at my Endurance. And I think that'll wrap things up. I think for game 3, though, Hullbreacher's coming back in. They've got the basic forest. So, yeah. Hullbreacher would potentially be devastating here. Although if I had Blood Moon, I guess I'd be happy about that. But they could still be playing Minsc and Boo and whatnot. Okay, they're going to put their Boo up to 7. Now they'll probably attack. Yeah, I'll go to 3. Okay, put us out of our misery. Okay. Their deck might not even play Murktide Regent. So this is a list that got forth in a prelim. They're not running the basic forest, but they probably cut the Mystic Sanctuary, which doesn't seem that hot anyway. Got some Questing Druids, Minsc and Boo. No Murktide Regents. So yeah, I don't need Brazen Borrower. So we'll go up to 2 Force of Negations, which is pretty bad, but can counter a Questing Druid. Or the Seek the Beast part of Questing Druid in Minsc and Boo. Fury might not be that hot, although it does kill Minsc and Boo, and if they get like a Dragon's Rage start. I think I'm gonna be okay with this. Yep. Brazen Borrower still has some applications against like Uro and that Boo token. So hopefully 2 works out. Well, we have a turn 1. Guess we have to keep these. I guess I'll fetch up the basic island. And we'll let it rip. It's not my favorite. But, I mean, what else are you going to do? At least if this gets countered, I have a 2-2. Does get countered. I have a 2-2. At least we have mana, so we just have to draw stuff. You know, we'll be in this game. A Lightning Bolt on my Shardless Agent. I'm fine with that. Well, a Lightning Bolt doesn't target much. I guess Hullbreacher. Okay, I'll play this Misty. I guess I'll fetch a basic forest now and play around Stifle. I don't think I want to pitch this Lorien Revealed yet. Could pitch it to Force a Will, potentially. Or if we keep drawing lands, we'll be looking to hardcast Fury and Lorien Revealed. Okay, they're seeking the beast. You got it. They hit Force Negation and Bolt. That's pretty much a whiff. There's a Questing Druid. And a Lightning Bolt on my dome. Sure. Okay. Well, we drew. It's the old draw lands every turn. That's okay. Yeah, they're gonna get to use Ponder here. Grow the Questing Druid. Okay. I can't really sack because of their Wasteland. Spirit Guide would be a good draw here. Surgical Extraction on my Footfalls. Sure, that's one less bad draw for me to draw. Yeah, Spirit Guide's the draw we're looking for here. We can play this Fury. Although they may just have like Force of Will would stop my Fury from killing their Questing Druid. Man, it is just going to be the lands every turn. Okay. Well, I guess I have to try to play the Fury here and hope that their hand is a whole bunch of nothing. They're pausing there, so I guess this Fury is going to get stifled or something. Whoops. We'll need red mana to play the Fury. Okay, well, Fury's on the stack here. At least we have the body in play. Okay. I see. Yeah, Bolt on the Fury makes sense. Yeah, so we're looking to draw Brazen Borrower. Yeah, we'll go to 5. Okay. I guess, I mean, in theory, we could hit something crazy off this Lorien Revealed. Like Spirit Guide plus Petty Theft. There's a Force. Okay. Well, it seems like that Rug deck kind of does just enough. Then we know it's a bummer that we, you know, drew nothing, but yeah. All right. Okay. Well, we've got a nice hand on the draw for round 3 with a counter spell and a Hullbreacher and a Minsc and Boo. These are all cards that could win the game. Okay, what are we up against? Volcanic Island. Alright, I don't hate more lands against a Volcanic Island. Hopefully we draw something, you know, besides exclusively lands. Alright, Brainstorm from my opponent on the end step. And what are we looking at here? Tempo or something else? Looks like tempo, I'd say. I don't know if we're going to be up against another Stifle deck here. I'm gonna hope they don't have Stifle. Do not. Then Crashing Footfalls. So I can't play Hullbreacher here, but we'd be playing it into days anyway. Yeah, so they brainstorm there. These brainstorms on my turn I'm not going to worry about. Here's a Scalding Tarn from the opponent. We're not in a great spot to answer Murktide. So hopefully that doesn't happen. They're just doing nothing, which kind of puts us into a spot where Hullbreacher could be an absolute beating. So I'm just going to not play this Crashing Footfalls here. I'd rather hold up the Hullbreacher. Although, they probably do have a Lightning Bolt. So it's probably another crazy Rug deck. I guess Rug's back on the menu. What are we getting here? They are seeking the beast. So I could Hullbreacher in response to this. Maybe that's what I want to do. Yeah, they don't have red mana up to Lightning Bolt it immediately, at any rate. So get Volcanic Island. Play Hullbreacher here. You can seek the beast. They got a land and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. So yeah, I guess this kind of rug, ticky-tack rug tempo having its role in the meta here. Hopefully we don't lose to it. So they play the Volcanic Island from hand rather than the Tropical Island that they exiled. There's a Questing Beast. Here's a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty inclined to Force of Negation this now because playing fire isn't that hot. I mean, we can't kill the Questing Druid, although we could kill this Dragon's Rage Channeler. I think I'm gonna play fire here. Or I'm gonna play Force of Negation, pitching fire and ice is what I say. Okay, well they didn't force back. Or even daze. So it kind of seems like a window to maybe play this Minsc. Especially if I draw a land. Well, that's a land, huh? So I guess we're getting the Taiga. And we're playing the Minsc. It resolves. I'm going to make a 4 power blocker here. And I guess I'm just going to pass. I don't know if my opponent has their own Minsc. That would be a catastrophe, but it's probably a one of in their list. Another Wasteland. Oh, yeah, they're going to waste me off my manas. They waste me again, it means no Minsc this turn, so I'm cool with that. So they're going to Life from the Loam. That is not very concerning. I gotta think that one of their cards in their hand is like some kind of counterspell or something. Okay. Well, I don't see why I can't fling the boo token at the questing druid. Right? So I can attack for 4 first. I guess if they want to double block, they can. Yeah, let's attack with the boo token and see what they want to do. They want to take it. Okay, well, I want to fling my boo token at their questing druid. Okay. Yeah, I think we should be in an okay spot from here. So we can play Seagate Restoration. I think I'm fine to pay 3 life. And we can play a Shardless Agent. Yeah, there's still a Crashing Footfalls in my deck. Okay. So I'd say we're in a pretty commanding spot. They can kill Minsc and Boo if they want. Okay, so I want to board out Minsc and Boo because it's pretty expensive. And Force of Negation doesn't seem that great. I don't think 3 Furies are needed, but maybe 2 Furies are okay. We could do the 2 Blood Moons. Yeah, just go without Force of Negation. I think we'll give this a shot. I think probably keeping in Force of Negation last time wasn't that great. Like trading 2 for 1 to not play bombs doesn't seem great. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Well, this hand does have Fury and Endurance and Force of Will. It just has to draw lands. I think it's unfortunately a mulligan. This is probably better. And there's nothing I'm trying to rush into with Elvish Spirit Guide. So I'll begrudgingly put that one back. Volcanic Island and Bobble from the opponent. And a Ponder. Okay, they chose not to shuffle. Okay, so with a Lorien Revealed in hand, we get a basic forest here. And we can get Island or Volcanic Island off this Lorien Revealed. Dragon's Rage from the opponent. So I'd say we're going to get Volcanic Island here. I would, of course, now like a Spirit Guide to play around days, but don't believe we have the luxury. Alright, how's this fire going to fare? I mean, yeah, pretty much, I don't know if you... we'll see what they do. Wow, they just let it resolve. Well, there's an outcome that I can get behind. Okay, they're just gonna Scalding Tarn and pass, it looks like. Fine with me. Yeah, I'll save this Misty for later. And we'll just be holding up Petty Theft. And Brazen Borrower. And Force. Opponent's gonna crack that Tarn on our end step. And get a Tropical Island. And maybe Seek the Beast. Oh, Brain. If only I had my Hullbreacher. So that Brainstorm resolves. And a turn Brainstorm. Really must have a strategy in mind with that. seems like you might want to wait for the main phase. But things are not always as they seem. Okay, there's an ice. I guess their hand's a bunch of permission. Sylvan Library. Well, that I can petty theft. So we'll buy some time here. Alright, petty theft resolves. Seagate Restoration. We're getting close to playing Lorien Revealed here. In fact, we could do it now. I'll just take the mana and play this Brazen Borrower. Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, don't have any endurances here. If they want to ponder, that's fine with me. Here's a ponder. Chose not shuffle. I think from here we're looking at pinching ice to force a will. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. I want to get this Brazen Borrower down, although I'm sure it'll be lightning bolted. There's a Fury. Not a bad one. I'll attack with a Brazen Borrower. No lightning bolts, huh? There's the bolt effect. Okay. And we're gonna petty theft this Sylvan Library. Okay. So, yeah, we have not seen a lot of days. I think maybe this deck just plays 3 copies of days is what the situation is. There's another Sylvan Library. I'll probably play this Brazen Borrower into days and see what they want to do about it. Also just Lorien Revealed for a land, but I kind of want to play Lorien Revealed, especially if I draw another land. Unless they have the Stifle. Like they don't. I guess maybe, I don't know. I was happy with my plan of petty thefting Sylvan Library, and I took my eye off the prize in terms of like forcing Sylvan Library on the way back down. And maybe that's what I should have done. I'd like to draw like a bomb here, like Blood Moon or a Cascader. Or another land. I have a Pyroblast. Do I want to force this? I guess so. The cards in my hand, like, we're not doing much here. My force on their Pyroblast resolved. We're waiting on this Lorien Revealed. There's a Flusterstorm. Okay. Well, I did myself in. I really should have forced the Sylvan Library. Now we're going to lose to it. I mean, unless I can... I mean, it takes a couple draws. It's not really until you draw your second card off Sylvan Library that it's really doing anything. And this Fury could potentially be good. But, I don't know. I really took my eye off the prize there. And not forcing Sylvan on the way back down. I don't know what happened. Alright, they paid 4 life. Keep one extra card. Playing a bauble. Cracking the bauble. Cracking the Tarn. They did look at my top card rather than their own. Okay. Another land. Exciting stuff. So do I want to play Fury here and just hit nothing? And I guess I don't. Maybe they'll play something on their turn. I can hit with Fury. I don't know, trying to pressure their life total just to get a lightning bolted. It seems pretty sus. Gonna ponder. So I guess my feeling here is that Minsc and Boo would be better than Fury, the way these games are going. So I'll probably not be bringing in Fury against these ticky-tack rug decks. Hey, well, would you look at that? We drew a card. Stifle on the trigger. 2/2s in play. I'm not too upset about that. They're seeking the beast. They got Ponder and Tropical Island off their quest to seek the beast there. They play the Tropical. Here's a Questing Druid. They're gonna Ponder to grow it. So this was sort of the hole, or the opening I was looking for to play this Fury. Hopefully it doesn't get forced. Yeah, they're gonna grow that Questing Druid and play Ponder. They're playing an Uro. Yeah, so we gotta draw cards that do something soon. So they put a Misty into play off that Uro. Elvish Spirit Guide. So yeah, I'm gonna play the Fury. Alright, well, Fury resolved. Take out the Questing Beast. I have a Stifle. Okay. Man. Well, I'd like to concede, but my opponent's just playing at a truly glacial pace. So we'll let them do their thing. Cracking that Misty on my end step. Get a Taiga. They pay 4 life on the Sylvan Library. Alright, it's the return of Uro. Uro triggered. Put a Wasteland into play. Gain some life. No attack there. Fury trades with Questing Druid. Here's a Force of Will. Yeah, we're just bleeding our opponent's clock here. They want to seek the beast. I think it makes sense to save the Force of Will. Based on my experiences with Seek the Beast. They could just hit like 2 lands here. 2 lightning bolts. Well, at least the game will be over soon, thankfully. Okay, Sylvan Library on the stack. So they're gonna play a lightning bolt targeting my Fury. I guess I'm gonna counterspell this. It's as good as any. Force of Negation from the opponent. It's fine. Fury's in the grave. They can bolt my other Questing Druid and at last attack for the win here. So, yeah, it'll all be over soon. Alright, here's the attack for the win. We just have to resolve one more Uro trigger. Okay. Okay, so Fury not seeming super hot here. I think I'm just going to do the Minsc and Boos over the Furies. I mean, you want endurance against the Uros and the Dragon's Rages. I mean, Fire and Ice is not that great. Do I want 3 Minsc and Boos, though, in this kind of matchup? Yeah, I think on the play, I mean, Fire and Ice is gonna have to be okay. Alright, well this hand has enough going on. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna fetch a basic island. And pass the turn. My opponent's gonna Volcanic Island pass here. Gonna draw Lorien Revealed. I'm gonna fetch a basic forest here. I get to play around Stifle, I will do that. Okay, well they are going to do nothing. I think I'm fine with that. I guess I'm gonna... Yeah, they can do this fetch on my end step. I'll still just crack on their upkeep. Or if there's like a brainstorm here, I'll fetch in response to that. Okay, so there is a Seek the Beast. So this seems like a fine time to try to jam Violent Outburst. So let's do that. I guess I'll get the Taiga. Because Lorien Revealed doesn't get Taiga. They are going to daze. Oh, they daze the Violent Outburst rather than the Crashing Footfalls. Yeah. So that's good for us. They hit Daze and Uro. So they're gonna Tropical Island pass here. We're gonna attack with some Rhinos. They want a Petty Theft one. We'll allow it. There's more where that came from. Okay. All right. Well, we choose to win there. Although, I guess if they had successfully dazed, they wouldn't be Brazen Borrowing there. But this hand was looking pretty good. Okay. So we'll keep a hand like this. We can suspend Crashing Footfalls. We got all kinds of options as long as it's not a control opponent. I wonder if we're up against our third Rug Tempo. Okay, we are not. Exciting stuff. I could just turn one here, but we're not going to do that. No, we're going to suspend Crashing Footfalls. They're going to Underground Sea and pass, which makes me wonder if this is like Doomsday or something. Okay. Well, what do I want to do about this? I think I still want to... do the Lorien Revealed. We can still Violent Outburst around days here. And so what I could do... I could either jam Shardless Agent in my main phase or Violent Outburst in response to something that they do. And I think that Violent Outbursting in response to something that they do seems fine. So this would be one of those times that I'm talking about. They're gonna force here, can't stop that. Bowmaster's in. Well, they didn't daze, and so hopefully we just get to reload here with another set of Rhino. Dragon's Rage. Ponder, so that'll be a angry Dragon's Rage channeler. So a land would really be a great draw here. So that we're playing around days. There's a bobble. Okay, Rhinos is down to 2. There's that land. All right, deck. Well, yeah. Let's. They can only have days here. They only have 1 card in hand as an answer to my Rhinos. Hopefully, this does the trick. So they're gonna lightning bolt my Shardless Agent. They're gonna lightning bolt me. And Brainstorm. Well, if they don't get Murktide Regent down this turn, I think we're in pretty okay shape. Well, it looks like they're gonna get Murktide Regent down this turn. Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, that's much more beatable. So they have no cards in hand, which means that, well, this Violent Outburst is gonna... Well, we'll see what they want to do here. But I think that fire is going to be good. So they just want to do it like that. Then they want to attack me for 6. I don't have any more Rhinos that I can get, unfortunately, but maybe Violent Outburst will be good next turn. Okay. I just have to kill them next turn is the thing. So like an Elvish Spirit Guide can play. Icing their Dragon's Rage, I don't think really helps. Because it's still a 2-turn clock. Although we could lose to Lightning Bolt if we don't ice. We could ice it. Maybe we ice so as not to lose to Lightning Bolt. And then we have Violent Outburst. Try to cross the finish line. But yeah, so it's a question of, are we more scared of like Lightning Bolt or random Murktide? They probably have 3 Murktide Regents and 3 Lightning Bolts left in their deck. I guess. Well, if they play Murktide Regent, it's I guess I'm gonna ice the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Either one could kill us. I guess if they like play Murktide Regent, then maybe their Dragon's Rage Channelers have to shrink. I'm gonna do the ice play. Lorien Revealed. Okay. Okay, they're passing the turn. Okay, so I think we are in the clear then, thanks to this Violent Outburst. I guess they could have Force of Negation, and that would be a bummer. Okay, well, we have Petty Theft as a backup. I guess I'll go to their blocker step. Okay. All right, winning game one. Definitely pretty clutch. Oh yeah, we want endurances. And I think I'll take Blood Moon over Hullbreacher in this kind of matchup. I guess I'll take a single Hullbreacher over the random Force of Negation. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. There's nothing I really want to cut for the second Hullbreacher. And Force of Negation, good with Violent Outburst, but nothing else. Maybe I could trim a Violent Outburst for this second Hullbreacher. I think that'd be a consideration now that I think about it. Which is like bad against Flusterstorm and stuff. But this hand is pretty good. I mean, we have mana and 2 bombs. So that's a pretty good start. Yeah, Fury, okay. I don't expect they're playing Stifle. I mean, Grixis usually does not. But yeah, we'll be, I guess I'll fetch the basic forest here. And then we'll get an island off Lorien Revealed. And then we'll be in business. Here's the island cycle. Fire and Ice, not a terrible one here. So I'll probably play the Endurance with Daze backup on their upkeep here. Or, you know, Simian Spirit Guide as an answer for Daze. And I think I can afford to just get a tropical island here, just the way my hand looks. They're gonna Daze, we're gonna pay. If they have another Daze or if they're forcing or what the deal. They are gonna force. So, okay, well. If they Murktide here, that's pretty rough, but we'll at least get to try to put 10 power into play. We have Ice to hold a Murktide down at some point. They do have Wasteland, so that's kind of why I fetched the Tropical. Okay, well, we're playing around Daze, so that is nice. So here I will get the Volcanic. I will play a Shardless Agent. I mean, if they have like Flusterstorm or something here, that's going to be good. I got a Force, so I mean, that could be worse. So we're just having to fade Murktide, but I kind of don't love the situation where they haven't played any creatures, so okay, well, that's not Murktide yet. Counterbalance, okay. I'm gonna use the Lorien Revealed here to get another mana. What do I want, Volcanic or Trop? Volcanic plays Fury. Not really playing any creatures. They have one card in hand. I guess I'm jamming Elvish Spirit Guide here. I chose not to use Counterbalance. So let's see what they got. We're gonna Brainstorm. Okay, well they're gonna get to Surgical or Crashing Footfalls. They do have to pay 2 life to do it. And they're not Murktiding this turn. What are they gonna put on top there? Under? Sure. Okay. Well, if we draw a land, I'm gonna slam Fury. Force of Will's not a bad one, though. So I think this is an okay spot. Could force this Ponder. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Dragon's Rage. Durance that I can't cast. Bummer. I should have got that drop. I could just try to ice the Dragon's Rage right now. See how this goes. Brazen Borrower was on top. Good thing I didn't try to play Endurance, huh? Now Dragon's Rage Channeler can't block and is not a threat. So we're going to try to force this Petty Theft here or whatever's about to happen. We'll let this Surveil resolve. Then we're going to pitch cast this Endurance. They probably do have the 3 on top. If they chose not to use it. Well, then I think I just want to let this resolve, and this Brazen Borrower can't block my creatures either. So I would think that this puts them in a pretty bad situation. I don't know if I executed correctly there, but we'll take it. Okay, a Brainstorm. Putting Daze into the graveyard. Do I just want to like force this here? They're at quite a bit of low life. They can't really even play Murktide. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and force this Brain. It's fine. Underground Sea is on top. Okay, so now they have to block with Dragon's Rage. And they're drawing Underground Sea, so I'd say this is a wrap. They can have a Brazen Borrower in play. Okay. Okay, well, we've got a pretty good hand here. Good enough anyway. Seagate Restoration. Can play Lorien Revealed. And oh, no, never mind. We're just turn 1-ing, aren't we? Although we are on the draw against Mr. D1CK Forest. Okay. Marsh Flats. Usually okay seeing a Marsh Flats. Another Force. Does not hurt. Now we've got double Force backup here. So I'd have to imagine that we're going to be able to ride this to victory. Opponent's going to crack a Marsh Flats. Get a Badlands. And Into. Well, we're going to force that one, aren't we? Guess just force, pitching force. Don't see how pitching the Lorien Revealed now. I guess if I were to draw like runner blue cards, I might be happy about this decision. I'm not really worried about playing another spell. Faithless Looting. Do we want to force this too? I guess I'm going to let it resolve. The thing is, they can flash it back for free, although they have to use their Lotus Petals to do it. So maybe I should have done it. Okay, well, they are using both their Lotus Petals at least. No. They are... What are we doing here? So they just want to pass the turn here. So a blue card would be a really slick draw here, so I can beat a Thoughtseize. No such luck. So I guess they want to give themselves a turn here to draw, yeah, the Thoughtseize. Hopefully they don't get there. Well, now they can't reanimate, but yeah, obviously they have the Exhume. God dang it. So, well, I could draw Petty Theft and win the game, or Ice. So we have that, those as outs. I guess the opponent, I think they can Dark Ritual and Exhume here still, because they haven't played a land. I should have just forced the Faithless Looting. I got too far ahead of myself there. Alright, here's a Dark Ritual, and we're going to definitely scoop to a second one of these. Cannot. I mean, I guess I'll see what I draw. Okay. That was boneheaded. Okay, so we'll gonna forget about that. Yeah, I'm bringing Endurance, Inevitable Betrayal. So I like Minsc and Boo as another way to win the game if Inevitable Betrayal is not doing it. Hullbreacher. I think Brazen Borrower is the card that doesn't really end up doing a lot. Hullbreacher does stuff against Gristlebrand and Faithless Looting. Fire and Ice kills a Dothy Voidwalker. Can't believe I squandered my double force hand. My turn 1 double force hand. Okay. Okay, well, they're not going to be able to beat this one. Okay. Gotta win one more of these. I think I'm actually going to be okay without Hullbreacher. Not too much chance I get to Hullbreacher on the draw. Bouncing like Animate Dead could buy one a turn. Yeah, I'll just stick with this configuration. Well, we have a bunch of forces and then a turn 2. So, yeah, I'm going to keep a hand like that. They have a Chancellor. And a Thoughtseize. They have to think about this. So they're going to take Shardless Agent. Okay. Lotus Petal. And pass the turn. Okay. So I'll play Wooded Foothills. And, yeah, we'll pass. They're probably not playing Opposition Agent, I would say. Good news is we still have 2 Force of Wills they got to work through. Faithless Looting. Off their Lotus Petal. So I think I do want to counter this. I mean, do they have like Dark Ritual, Entomb, and the other thing also? I guess if they do, then they got it. And I'll just have to live with it. I mean, otherwise, I think I have to take this 2-for-1. Okay, we're still alive, folks. There's nice. There's unice. Okay, they are just passing the turn here. So I could have iced on their upkeep. But it takes me off a Force of Negation. There's another Force of Negation. I think I just have to hold up these Force of Negations for the time being. I'm gonna fetch to thin here. I guess I did that a little sillily. Okay. Well, now I can ice them. And we have a Force of Negation. Ooh, there's Violent Outburst. Okay. I think I can afford to... I'm going to just wait a second here and see if they want to do something, and then I'll Violent Outburst in response. But otherwise, this should be a wrap. Okay. Y'all already know what it is. Boom. That's how we do it. Yeah, so I guess I'm pretty darn happy about this build. Oh, 1 second here. Yeah, so these were the matchups that we played. I mean, these are all like hard matchups. I mean, I lost a bunch of matchups to like Grixis Tempo in a row. Yeah, 4-color control, that's a tough one. I mean, Hullbreacher is kind of doing what it's supposed to. And overall, the mixture of 3 Lorien Revealeds and 2 Seagate Restorations worked out pretty swimmingly. We took an Elder Rug Tempo. I can't remember if there was something boneheaded I did, and I think it was the second Rug Tempo player where I failed to force the Sylvan Library. But I didn't quite have the sideboarding right. Yeah, I don't think Fury is very effective against that kind of build. So, man, yeah, that was exciting. Yeah, that's pretty much what we wanted. That's how we drew it up. Yeah, I think just Hullbreacher just adds a lot of coverage here to what the deck can beat. And yeah, these blue decks are, you know, probably the best decks in the format, and Hullbreacher is going to be good against them. And yeah, man, I like the way that this deck lines up with the sideboarding. Yeah, I think this is pretty darn good. This is like the perfect Rhino. TPR. All right, well, I hope all you beautiful people enjoyed this. If you're watching, feel free to, you know, like, a comment, or subscribe. And, you know, until next time, keep on rhinoing. There's the cameras over here. Okay, see ya.